Men who father children by rape should be blocked from automatic parental rights, UK MP says.
Here's a summary of the article.
Men who father children by rape should have their automatic parental rights removed, a Labour MP has said. We need to flip the presumption that anyone who has fathered a child through rape should be encouraged to apply for access, regardless of the risk they present, to removing that automatic right and allowing the courts to only grant access in exceptional circumstances if it is in the clear interest of the child. Ms. Hayes' legislation, the Parental Rights and Family Courts Bill, also seeks to allow an inquiry into how family courts operate in response to victims of domestic abuse. Speaking in a video posted on Twitter in December, Ms. Woodhouse said, "This story is actually about myself, about my son, about the man that raped me and the fact that Rotherham Council have offered him to apply for parental rights over my child." She urged the government to change the law to ensure rapists can't gain access to children conceived through rape and abuse. A 2016 Women's Aid report, 19 child homicides, revealed that 19 children had been intentionally killed by a parent in circumstances relating to child contact over a 10-year period. For 12 of these children, contact with the perpetrator was arranged by the court. We have included and continue to include a call for a full review of family courts' practice in this demand. We agree with Sammy Woodhouse and Louise Haigh MP that such a review is urgently needed, not just regarding domestic abuse, but also in relation to all sexual violence and abuse.
This post received a score of 67,933, with an upvote ratio of 93%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
I'm still trying to figure out how this hasn't been the case for decades.
Because we still have quite a few old, out-of-date systems in place that just got left behind, or services that got slashed and neglected because of limitations of the budget, due to national debt. There are some horror stories of parents having children taken from them and placed in abusive foster care, then the parents being charged with harassment etc. for following up on it, by local councils and government. It's one of those things that really needs to be reformed with a top-down power structure from central government so there's a uniform procedure.
Some dude on I Think Vice did a funny video of your old laws. Nothing like this though. He did things like ran suspiciously with a fish and gambled in a library.
Not what you're talking about, but I always loved the "We flew a kite in a public place."
"We Flew a Kite in a Public Place" is my favorite Rihanna song.
I've always been partial to "We found Dove in a soapless place." Well, Dove is not soap to begin with. It's 1/4 moisturizing cream.
What is the other 3/4? I think it must be soap.
How is this even in question?
Common sense should be they get extra jail time.
Is that common sense? I don't really know how the law works. What is more important, the intent or the outcome? If I intend to kill someone and they survive, do I deserve less jail time? If someone rapes someone and they don't get pregnant, why should they have a more lenient sentence? The intent and action was carried out regardless.
Both intent and harm done are considered. Attempted murder is a lesser charge than murder. Here you have to be careful about what the charges are for. If someone rapes someone, they are still guilty of the rape regardless of the outcome. Impregnation is not a criminal offense alike. Impregnation and giving STDs, if it can be proven, which is hard, should be punished with extra time. It's a conscious decision.
The latter is, at least in the UK. Rape that involves passing on an STD results in a charge of rape, as well as an bodily harm charge whose name I can't recall. Pregnancy, however, makes no difference. They should do this by giving them 18 years in prison. Surely that's the best solution. That sounds good on paper. But many inmates get reduced sentences. So it should be an automatic restriction order from the mother and the child.
Are mandatory minimums for rapists really such a bad thing?
The main problem with mandatory minimums is that they remove judicial flexibility when it comes to flexibility, which is a big part of why drug offenses are so onerous when regards to sentencing. Judges often simply do not have a choice, so instead, or diversion or treatment, it's 15 years. It sounds like mandatory minimums are a no-brainer in cases like this, but guaranteed they'll be more trouble than sentencing guidelines would be.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.